The sounds of chatter amongst volunteers surrounds Cassidy Lord, the president of the Upper Oconee Watershed Network. She's participating in her organization's quarterly water sampling event.
So we have 4 of these events every year. We have the volunteers show up to the event and they get kind of some basic instructions on how to collect a water sample, and then we give them a site in the county with GPS location to go out to collect their water sample, and then they bring it back to Sandy Creek Nature Center, and we have volunteers on site who do the actual analysis right there.
This kind of work has been a part of Cassidy's life since her early childhood.
I grew up on the banks of a small river in Colorado, and my life has always kind of followed water. I went from being a kid on the banks of a river to a raft guide and a ski instructor. So I just kind of found myself following water wherever it flowed. The more time I spent doing this type of work, the more I realized the impacts that our human society has on the environment, and the physical things that are out there that you can see that make it so apparent, I think, are things that we can show other people. Oh, yeah.
Cassidy's passion for local waterways is easily recognizable, both through her dedication to the Upper Oconee Watershed Network and other organizations.
I'm a habitual and chronic volunteer. My husband wishes that I were not. I'm also on the board for Keep Athens Clark County Beautiful, and I'm also on the Georgia Dolphin Ecology Program research team.
Her husband, Mike Lord, looks at Cassidy's passions and sees her huge potential for success.
She is a great advocate for what she's interested in. She's a great advocate for local drinking water and forest protection. And I think she's got a great long future ahead of her of doing this sort of work and locally, and I think that she'll probably just be more and more involved in town as time goes on. I think this is just the beginning of what she's going to be doing in Athens and maybe other places too.
Even within the Upper Oconee Watershed Network, other board members love the new dedication that Cassidy brings to the community.
I think between her and Mike, they have brought a passion to the bottom line, which is protecting the natural resources.
50-some?
Not only that, others also love seeing the enthusiasm Cassidy has for her interests.
If I were to describe her in one word, it would be energetic. I love to go to meetings with Cassidy and when she has to present.
Doing presidential.
For Cassidy, that enthusiasm and passion translates into a desire to educate the community.
My favorite thing about being involved with UON is the opportunity to contact and communicate with local citizens. I just find it really fun to share information and blow people's minds. You know, when you tell them where their drinking water is coming from, or you get to share some information about their watershed, or even just letting them know what watershed they live in. It's fun and it's exciting, and I like being able to communicate with people in the community.
Austin Eller, Grady News Source.